Is Portland, Oregon the new California? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about the median rent prices going up, population growth, everything. No! But is it truly the next California? Well, in this video, I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you that might think differently. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkey with the Real Agent Now group right here in the Portland Metro. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to learn everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and if this is the new California, make sure you tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And yes, we are getting so many people calling, relocating here, a lot of them from California, but all around the world, and we absolutely love it. Thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in Portland, Oregon, or Southwest Washington, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to the Portland Metro. All right, so we get this in our comment sections all the time. Reach outs, everybody is wanting to know, is this the new California? Is it erupting? Is it absolutely exploding? There's no room for anybody? Well, the data, the stats are going to maybe prove that right or wrong. So let's jump right into it. All right, so with the research that I've done, California is definitely the largest exporter of new residents here into Oregon, with a number close to 40,000 people coming from the state of California into Oregon. Now, with that being said, 43% of adults here in Portland, Oregon are actually born in the state of Oregon. 18% of those people were born in California. Now, all of this migration, the tech, and everybody moving to Portland has definitely bumped up the average rents, the housing prices, and everything. But is it truly fair to say that California is taking over here? All right, so first and foremost, when you look at like rental prices, yes, the rental prices just this past year, they rose 3%. But actually a couple years prior, 2016, 17 till 2019, they didn't really raise that much. So we had a little bit of an increase lately. And yes, people coming from California, they see the rental prices or the home prices here, and they are juicy compared to those San Francisco, LA prices. So yes, we do see a little bit hike of these rents. And so it would be pretty easy to blame it on California for their influx of new people here. But at the same time, there's a better explanation for why the rents are going up. And maybe it's not just in Portland, but nationwide. The Freddie Mac actually put out a statistic that 82% of renters actually think that it is cheaper to continue renting than owning that home. Many of that is in large to them not being able to save up and afford that down payment. So that kind of sways it that way to the 82% and makes it a little bit more difficult to get that down payment on your new house. But fortunately, we work with my main man, Addy, and this dude is a miracle worker when it comes to first-time home buyers and all of the different programs. You would not believe the people that reach out to us who want or desire home ownership and just, they don't know that, typically here in the Portland Metro, most of our clients only put 5 to 10% down. The days of putting 20, 30, 40, 50% down, that doesn't happen here in the Portland Metro or even really in the Northwest. So that is something that, if you're thinking about moving here and you want and desire home ownership, give us a call and we'll set those conversations up with Addy. He's on every single one of our Zoom calls and conference calls when clients reach out. So those questions, they can be answered. And unfortunately, those 82%, they don't understand that, basically in 2 to 4 years, that you can actually be ahead of that current financial position if you were to be putting money into your own equity instead of renting and paying somebody else's mortgage. I'm definitely not here to persuade you into doing it. Just wanted to put the stats and the data to the research. But, with everything said, there's definitely no blame that needs to be put on California. The rents across the entire nation are up 3%, meaning that Portland is right on par. But with all that said, it's not California that's driving the rental prices up. It's just more and more people maybe not able to afford or know the programs to get into new house. Buying that house or, is just not as desirable as renting to some. All right, so let's talk about that population growth. We did another interview with a top economist who said that, with the population here, in the Portland Metro, over 2 million or whatever, we could actually start seeing a possibility of 5, 7, even 900 to 1 million more people here in the Portland Metro, and we can handle it as we continue to build out, especially west, some of these newer areas with all the tech. But, with those 40,000 Californians that I talked about, at the beginning of the movie who are moving here, 20,000 residents of Oregon are actually moving out. And guess where those 20,000 are going? California. So we're getting a little cross action here. And in fact, the net population with, outbound and inbound people really helps us to stay pretty balanced. Now, we are looking at Oregon as a whole and not just Portland. Portland's definitely seeing its growth, and those numbers were Oregon statewide. But yes, we are seeing a big migration of people moving out, and a lot of those are just headed straight north of the border across the river up into Vancouver. Vancouver, Washington, absolutely exploding. It has a little bit more affordability. It has the no state income tax. So there are some benefits to moving up there. If you're working in Portland and driving from Vancouver down, it's definitely not advisable. But yes, there are some advantages, and you can get better home prices, rental prices, whatever, up in the Vancouver, Washington area and be just a couple minutes from downtown Portland. But do you realize that in 2016, Portland, Oregon was in the top 5 for population growth amongst all major cities in the United States? Top 5. This place was absolutely exploding. Last year, the end of it, to add up the numbers, we are 56th in the entire nation, so in the bottom third. That means a lot of people aren't moving here as much. Yes, they're still coming here. There's a lot of people moving here, but when we get all these comments and we get a lot of the local people saying that it's just too many people and it's flooding here, the numbers, the data is showing differently. But it's still just in an incredible area because you have a lot of higher paying jobs and definitely lower price houses than, Seattle's, Denver's, LA, San Francisco. All of those, when you talk about affordability, we just came back from the economic forecast. Basically, the median home value divided by the income of the household is 5 to 6% here in the Portland metro. Some of the cities around here are in the upper 4s, so really affordable. When you talk about Seattle and Denver, they're upwards of 9%, and LA and San Francisco almost 20%. So we are still considerably cheaper than any of those West Coast cities that still has a lot of job growth and population growth to come. All right, and then the question for home values and why they're rising. Well, yes, they are definitely rising here in the Portland metro, but that is also consistent nationwide. In some of our markets, we are actually leveling off and even declining in a few others. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And if you watched one of those last videos that I posted about the economic summit, Portland, Oregon does not even seem to, catch a glitch if the recession were to hit in the next year or two. Portland's going to be doing fine, and your home values will be just fine. That 08, 07 recession that hit was one of a kind. All the other recessions, all the way to the Great Depression, never even hurt the housing market. So, yes, you can't, shake the magic 8 ball and get the perfect answer, but when you talk about economy, home values, and them leveling off, it's a good thing. It's more affordable, and they're not going to just tank and you're going to lose all your equity. That is definitely not going to happen. But one of the main contributors to our home prices going up, we have what's called the urban growth boundary here. We can't just build everywhere we want. We can't just sprawl out. There's actual lines that every 10 years get voted to expand a little bit. So our housing market is way more contracted, and that, is what brings up our home prices as more people move here. But the good news, another thing from that economic summit, not only here in Portland, but nationwide, the slide you're seeing right now, we had the most home starts since 2006. And it is a major spike too. So we're starting to see a lot of new construction. That is going to help inevitably in a major way across the nation and here in Portland, Oregon. And in the slide you're seeing here, when it's relative to Oregon and the Portland metro, you're seeing our home starts going way up too. Not quite to the 06 levels, but yes, we are getting so much new construction around here, home starts, and that's going to, move a lot of those baby boomers and the retirees down into smaller homes, opening up more houses for us. It's really going to be a positive thing going forward here, but at the end of the day, we're neighbors with California. They're definitely not to blame. They're coming here, but a lot of us are going there, and it's just how it works. If moving to Portland, Oregon is a dream of yours, let us make that dream come true. We can help you. We've got the system dialed when moving, relocating anywhere in the Portland metro or Southwest Washington. In order to do that, you got to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to the Portland metro. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.